Get out of here. If you can't do this, you're nothing. You're nothing. This is a small thing. You should be able to do it, no problem. What are you doing? Get out of here. That is a very small bit of my self-talk and how I used to motivate myself. And this episode is not going to be a woo-woo, woe is me, feel bad for me episode, because that's the way I used to talk to myself, because this is something that I think a lot of people are struggling with. And it's something that I struggled with for a very long time. And today I want to open myself up just a little bit. And bear with me here, guys. This is gonna get a little bit personal. And if you are an employer, hey, I'm Showman, and I'm here to challenge the way you think. And today I want to talk about my journey from badly motivating myself to actually getting things done, and all about the power of self-talk. Now, this is a topic that I thought was super woo-woo and esoteric, and I don't need good self-talk. I need results. I need to just do it. But as I learned, it's not helpful, and more importantly, it's very hurtful. It hurt me for a very long time, and I'm sure it's hurting a lot of you out there. So I thought I'd share my experience right here with you guys. So your self-talk. This is a topic that actually there are a few people covering. A lot of it is daily affirmations, and again, I used to think daily affirmations was complete BS because, again, just get it done. Why do you need to be nice to yourself? But what I discovered is that daily affirmations are just the self-talk of the successful. I'll repeat that one more time. Daily affirmations are just the self-talk of the successful. And so, if you want to be successful, well then, you have to imitate them. And the best thing to imitate is their mindset. And this is something that all of the successful people, at least the ones that I've talked to, all seem to have in common, is they all have very, very positive self-talk. And again, people have discussed daily affirmations. People say to say them, but they don't tell you the exact reason why, or at least not a lot of you, so I want to put my voice out there. Negative self-talk is bad for one very key reason, and it's a psychological phenomenon known as learned helplessness. Learned helplessness is really well expressed in this one experiment. Now, I did not do this experiment. I do not condone this experiment. I think it's cruel and it should never be done again, but since it was done, we can learn from it. The experiment was an experimenter put a dog into a box. There is a divider in the box, so the dog either can or can't get to one side, depending if there is a divider or if there is not. A light turns on, and the bottom of the box is mildly electrocuted, not so much that it can do damage, but so much that it can kind of hurt. Now, a smart dog will learn really quickly that if the light goes on, they need to jump from one side to the other side, because they're about to be electrocuted. But if you put a divider in place, meaning they can jump from one side to the other, they will try for a little bit. Every time the light goes on, they'll try to jump to the other side, but eventually they learn helplessness. So now when the light goes on, what they do is they lay down and they whine. Now, again, very cruel. I do not condone this experiment whatsoever. However, it's a good illustration of something that happened in me and that I know happened to a lot of people. Now, learned helplessness affects us in basically the same way, except instead of being electrocuted, we just kind of beat ourselves up a little bit and then not get the thing done. So say you need to get a project done. You get started and it starts to get a little bit hard. And so instead of going, I can do it, let's push through, and you push right through it, you start to go, I'm stupid, I'm worthless, I'm no good, I can't do this. And because you're beating yourself up, you're essentially giving yourself permission to fail. You've now learned and taught yourself that being helpless is okay and not getting things done is okay as long as you're beating yourself up. So as long as there is appropriate punishment, it's okay to fail. Now, it is completely okay to fail. What isn't okay is giving up before you've given it a good chance, which is what I did and what I know a lot of people do a fair bit of the time. They excuse themselves. They might not be beating themselves up. They might not be calling themselves stupid, but they are making all of these excuses, and all of these are part of negative self-talk, which is part of this concept of learned helplessness. So what is the best way of solving negative self-talk? Well, it's with positive self-talk. I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon and tell you to do daily affirmations every single day. No matter what, no matter how you're feeling, you will get up and you will say 10 nice things about yourself. 10 very nice things about yourself. I'm great. I'm good with people. I'm intelligent. I can get things done. No matter what the obstacles are, I will conquer them. Because if you tell yourself that every day, eventually, through repetition, you start to believe it. And then eventually, you can eliminate all of your learned helplessness and actually start enjoying life and getting the things that you want to get done. The next step, and I think this might be the most important step, is to like this video and subscribe to this channel and leave a little comment down below saying what you liked, what you didn't like, and what I can clarify on, or what other topics you want me to cover. This will go a long way into making you happy. I guarantee it. The next thing that you can do is do affirmations every single time you say something negative about yourself. So every, I can't do this, I'm stupid, I'm no good, you counter that with 3, I'm great, I'm intelligent, I can do this. I'm great, I'm intelligent, I can do this. So for every 1 negative, you're now reinforcing it with 3, at least 3 positive things. Those 2 alone should go a really long way in helping you actually get out of this, if you want to. Because keep in mind, it is more comfortable just to be helpless. It is so much more comfortable to not do something, at least in the short term. But trust me, in the long term, it is so much better if you're actually accomplishing something. Now, my next tip, and this I find so helpful, is a concept called reframing. Now, reframing, as it states, is framing the situation in a different light. Now, I try to reframe every single negative thought into a positive thought. Not only do I do that, I also go back and I say good things about myself, but with reframing, I'm really reinforcing the positive. So let me give you an example. So say you're at a job interview, it goes well, you leave, they never call you back. Now, you could go and say, I'm unqualified, I'm no good, I'm all this, and excuse yourself. Or you could reframe that as, I was so good, they didn't want to hire me because I would make them look bad. Now, is that true? Maybe not. Is it a helpful way of thinking about not getting your job? Absolutely. It is so much more helpful to say, I'm a little overqualified for that job anyways. You know what? I'll go for a more prestigious job, and I will try to get a better job and a better job and a better job. But just keep in mind that don't use that as an excuse either. Remember, you're trying to be positive. You're not trying to be delusional. So I challenge you, try the things that I said in this video. Trust me, they will help. Try to reframe. Try to say more positive than negative. Because it might not really help you in the first week or first 2 weeks. But after a month, you'll start noticing. And after a year, you'll be a superstar. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.